Okay, let us do the Champions Meeting Taurus Cup. This is a PvP. This is a PvP event. I'm hoping to get a win. That's like my hope. But it's 5 races. So it's 5 races. It's real. We'll be real quick. And we're just gonna hope for the best. You know, it's 2,400 mediums on Tokyo turf. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. So, alright, entry. You may enter once for free each day. Yes. Alright. So, 3. I need to pick 3 racers. Okay. Who to pick is my question. I think... So I think most people will do like 2... We'll do like 2 good, like your 2 best racers, and then do like Nice Nature as a debuffer to try and sabotage everyone else. And I'm thinking, I think Oguri Cap is one of them, and I think El Condor Pasa might be the other, because both of them are at pretty good stats for the most part. Could do Air Groove as well. Air Groove might actually be a better option, honestly. Tokateo is also, I think, a good option. Yeah. I think the thing that I need to wonder about is I don't know if I can change my team per like entry, or if it's just like you enter these 3 and that's it. I don't know if I can change them or not. I'm going to assume I probably can't until after, like, until the next entry that I do. So maybe, like, tomorrow or something. I'm not entirely sure, though. Okay. Oh, vodka. Vodka actually could work, too, but it's kind of low, though. Alright, I think Oguri Cap is one of them. We make her do a pace. Okay. After that, second is, I think, between, let's sort this by rating. Okay. So these are our top ratings. Alright. Ooh, King Halo might also be a good one, actually. Because we can S and SS and S+. It's not 1200 speed, but we do have a lot of power. And that could be huge. Alright, hold on. We gotta do some calculations here. I gotta do some calculations here to really... Because obviously I want to win. I obviously want to win. So, like, what gives me that the highest chance of winning is what we want to go for. Alright. Surface aptitude A. Distance is an A. This Air Groove, I think, is a late surger. I think they're both late surgers. Both of mine. Yeah, more of a late surger than anything. Okay. Let's see here. Triumphant Pulse, Professor in Curvature, Swinging Maestro. Left-handed. Rushing. Hesitant Pace Chasers. Hesitant End Closers. Late Surge Straightaways. Okay. And then our other one is going to be King Halo. So I want to know who wins between these two, actually. Let's start there. 1105, 402, 1078, 360, 444. Surface aptitude, distance aptitude is an A as well. Also a late surger, yeah. Oh, you know what? We may not. we might actually disqualify King Halo just because a lot of our skills are sprint based because that's what she is on my team. Yeah. So this actually maybe not work out well. Let's still calculate it in. Let's see what happens. But I'm pretty sure King Halo is a late surger? Question mark. Is that what I did? Let's say that she's a pace chaser and go from there. Actually, okay. All right. Duty of Dignity. Professor. Corner recovery. Oh, Embodying Mind is technically a late surging skill, but like meh. Trick front. Plan X. Meticulous. Okay. Tokyo, 2,400 meters. Compare. Air Groove does win. Does win out. Air Groove does win out. Okay. That's fine. I'm not surprised by that. Okay. Now the question is between El Condor Pasa and Air Groove, who wins out? Okay. 7-2. 6-2-7. 345. 451. A Toya Plancha. We have Kokura, which won't do anything. Standard distance might do something. Non-standard distance also might do something. Swinging. Ramp. Go. Home. Prepared. Hesitant pace chasers. Pace chaser. Straightaways. SHR. Shrewd. Okay. So between these two, it is... Oh, wow. It is El Condor Pasa. El Condor Pasa does win out. Okay. So El Condor wins against Air Groove. Who wins between Oguri Cap and Air Groove? Because that's something that I want to know as well. Oguri Cap. Alright. 548. 743. 346. 1 point higher than El Condor Pasa. Funny enough. 544. A. Okay. Oh, interesting. I think this El Condor Pasa is actually... We are actually a late surger. Because we have Nemesis. And that's kind of important. But that's fine. Professor... We'll run it both ways. Corner. Swinging. Straightaway adept. Rushing. Prudent. Frenzied front runners. Gamon's a pace chasing skill, isn't it? It is. Interesting. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Let's run as a pace chaser and run as a late surge to see what happens. Alright. Oguri Cap does win out. As a late surger. We changed that. I think actually she does technically worse as a late surger, weirdly enough. Yeah, she's actually faster as a pace chaser. Funny enough, she's faster as a pace chaser. All right, so I think Oguri Cap and Alcantara Pasa are our top two, both as pace chasers. Okay. Oh, I need to know. Okay, hold on. Between these two Oguri Caps, I need to know who wins. So we have this Oguri Cap, which is, yeah. And then I have another Oguri Cap. Yeah. So it's this one, which has a medium in S. Or that's a medium. Alright. 1200, 432, 647, 300, and 629. A. Toria, non-standard, plus, corner adept, corner acceleration, ramp, nimble, home, prepared, shrewd, Gourmand. Also as a pace chaser. Alright, so between these two Oguri Caps, who wins? It is the first one. Okay. Despite, so it is this one. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Alright, and then the last one, I think, is going to be our nice nature, aka our mean nature. Because that was kind of the whole point of why we had all of we have these debuffs. Do I have another nice nature? I do. I have another one. It has more. It has more things. So I wish I had more debuffs. I just wasn't getting them, unfortunately. So we could do that. Alternatively, I kind of almost want to just run Air Groove. Because I just feel like Air Groove might be a better option. Because she's these are my three strongest. I guess let's run nice nature. God. I feel like if I had more debuffs, I think it would have made more sense. But because I don't, I don't know if it's worth it, you know? Disturb runners directly ahead. So deal with the front runners. We deal with the late surgers. We do get other. I mean, like, there's two. We don't deal with any of the. Late surgers versus. Okay. We auto select because we know. Yeah, so it would have picked. Yeah, it would have picked both of them. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it's like I would have picked those as my three strongest, but. Alright, we can't change our mind until the next entry. Okay, so let's start here, and then we'll go from there. Alright. Until the next entry. Okay, pace, late. Yeah, let's go for it. Okay. so nervous. Oh, I'm so nervous. All right, so these are our rewards. Obviously, everyone gets this from participation. I would like to win once. If I can win once, I'm happy. I'd like to win once. Obviously, we can do more. I'm great, but I would love to just win once. That would be like the best. So, all right, let's go. We have trained what we could, and this will be how it goes. Oh god, I go against 2 other teams, so there's, oh god, there's 9 of us. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, and the moods are gonna be completely, like, the moods are gonna be completely random too. Oh, this is gonna suck. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is just what we do, huh? What's this? Twinkle monthly special issue. Don't take your eyes off the track. Faster than fast. Right now, all eyes are on Show. It's their first time here, but this trainer's reputation for building strong bonds of trust precedes them. Great skill will be on display in this long-awaited tournament. Oh, cool. No pressure. No pressure. All right. So these are probably the, like, your top runners for your team. So this is for the other one team. This is for the other team. Yeah, I see. Okay. All right. Run it. Let's do it. Oh, okay. I'm very nervous. Turn on that. Okay. Oh, hello. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the first champions meeting for the Taurus Cup. This is a glorious, wonderful day at Tokyo Racetrack on a turf for 2,400 meters. The teams have been assembled. We got several Oguri caps. We have, I think, 1 El Condor Pasa and Nice Nature, and we're gonna hope for the best. Our Oguri cap is the number 3 favorite, so that does feel kind of good. So I'm not too worried about it, but Team Shinde has 2 favorites, so that is kind of unfortunate. So we'll see how it happens. All right, and the gates are open. The race has begun. Okondo Pasa and Nice Nature both get a late start, which is not a great way to start the race off, but Oguri Cap does manage to eke out into second place early on into the race. Silent Suzuka, as a front runner, does already catapult herself to the front, so that is a little worrying, but there is still 2,000 meters and dropping left in this race. You see on the right hand side of your screen, you see a bunch of the skills procking for a bunch of the other team. Our El Condor Pasa does get Swinging Maestro to help give you a little bit more gas in the tank. Mr. Mighty Murmur does come out, but our Nice Nature is being a little rushed, currently in 9th and the back of the pack. Oguri Cap does pop Gourmand, but she is still in 4th place, which is a little difficult. Rushing Gale does give her a little bit extra speed. 1,400 meters left in this race, and we are halfway through. Can Oguri and El Condor catch up and close the gap? 1,200 meters left in this race. Tail held high and straightaway depth does proc for Oguri Cap. We love to see that. Pace chaser straightaways for L, putting Oguri in 3rd and 6th respectively. Nice Nature still in the back at 9th place, but that is not that big of an issue. That's kind of the job. That is the job for Nice Nature. Her job is to cause as much disarray for the other runners to give Oguri and L as much of a fighting chance as possible. Similarly, Rudolph in front. We enter the final straight. Oguri Cap does try to close the gap, and she is going for it. Sharp gauge prepared to pass from El Condor Pasa and Nice Nature. Nice Nature for the hesitant front runners. Go with the flow, corner of depth for Nice Nature. Narita Tyson coming up on the side, but El Condor Pasa and Oguri Cap are coming into the front, and they pull ahead. El Condor Pasa is hurrying down the home stretch. Triumphant Pulse from Oguri Cap does activate. Will it be enough? If we can have both El Condor and Oguri in the top 2, that is the best case scenario. Will we be able to get there? Narita Tyson is still catching up in 2nd, so it's not going to be enough, but El Condor Pasa does cross in 1st place, and I will take that win. I'll take that. That is a win in my book, and I will take that home. Whew. We take first and third. I'm happy. I'll allow it. I'm fine with that. I am fine with that. We take first and third. All good, baby. All good. Whoo. Thank you. What's this? Okay. Oh. Oh, all right. That's one. That's one win in the bag, baby. That's one race out of 5. Oh God. We gotta do 5 races. This is so unbelievably stressful. This is so stressful. This is so stressful. But all right, we got to win. I'm happy. Let's go. Going again. Next race. This is 5 races a day. I think what it is we do. I think what it is we do the first 4 days. We do 5 races, so that's 20 races. And then the 5th day, I think we skip because I think they tabulate who goes on to the finals. And then obviously we do well enough. The 6th day is the finals. So that is how this goes down, from my understanding. All right. Okay. Second race of the day. Let's see how it unfolds. I think if I saw correctly, Oguri is in a bad mood, so that will be a pretty debilitating factor. But I think Okando Pasa isn't good or normal, so we got that going for us, which is nice. Hopefully, Nice Nature will be able to create enough instability to be able to pull out a win here. We are still the number 3 favorite for Oguri Cap, so that is actually very comforting, despite the fact that one of the other teams is top 1 and top 2, or number 1 and number 2.
気合十分いい顔してますね。各馬娘ゲートに入って体勢整いました。
All right, the gates are open. The race is on. Lone Wolf and Standard Distance from Oguri Cap and El Condor Pasa are huge to have early on in the race. Pace Racer straightaways already activates for El Condor Pasa. So we have Oguri in 4th, El Condor in 5th, and Nice Nature in 7th. Straightaway Adept activates for Oguri Cap, still giving us a little bit more speed. Professor Curvature, and even more speed. Shrewd Step coming in to help with the maneuverability, and Corner Adept allowing Nice Nature to try and catch up. Swinging Maestro for El Condor Pasa gives you a little bit more gas to tank, corner acceleration, and Swinging Maestro as well for Oguri Cap to get even more speed and fill up the tank. Gourmand and Tail held high. Very good at having both of those activate. Ramp up for El Condor Pasa keeps Oguri Cap in 2nd place, and ramp up allows El Condor Pasa to stay in 4th. We are entering the halfway mark of this race with 1,400 meters left in this track, and hopefully our team's going pretty strong for the most part, but you do see a bunch of other skills activating for all the other racers. Rushing Gale from Oguri Cap does help keep things going, gives us a little bit more competition as she closes in on the lead. Will it be enough as we enter the last 1,000 meters of this track? The lead has shrunk, and Oguri Cap is slowly starting to creep up, but the pack is also starting to creep up as well. Nice Nature currently in 8th place. Hesitant late surges activating, subduing some of the other runners. Oguri Cap enters the final stretch with 600 meters left, but Gold Ship does take the lead. Sharp Gaze activating, trying to debuff some more runners. Hesitant Pace Chasers also comes out along with Hesitant front runners. Oguri Cap does start falling behind, but El Condor Pasa is right next to her, trying to get that extra speed. Will it be enough to catch up in from Gold Ship? Oguri Cap activating Triumphant Pulse. Will it be enough to catch up? Gold Ship still going pretty strong in the lead, still out in front. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like Gold Ship leading by a whole 3 lengths, and El Condor Pasa makes it to the podium in 3rd. Unfortunate, but okay. 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 Yeah, we take 3rd. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. All right, on to the next one. We just go into the next. All right. All right, so looking through here, yeah, Oguri Cap in a bad mood. That's unfortunate. Okanda's palace isn't good though. Nice Nature is great, so that might factor in nicely. But we're not in the top 3 for favorites, unfortunately. So that is a little that is not great. Honestly, if I can get Oguri Cap's mood to go up, that would be fantastic. But who knows if that's gonna happen, honestly. All right, it is race number 3 for the first round of the Taurus Cup in the champions meeting. Currently, our team is 1-1. Can we eke out another win for this race? We have Oguri Cap as the number 6 favorite. Not a huge vote of confidence, especially because she is currently in a bad mood, so we'll see how much that is a factor. The gates are open. The race is on. Standard distance acting for the Okanda Pasa, but she does get a late start. Oguri Cap activating prudent positioning to help get a good position early on in this race, and shrewd step for Okanda Pasa to allow the same with just some extra maneuverability. The race is starting. Rushing Gale activates for Oguri Cap, sorry. Swinging Maestro refilling the tank for Okanda Pasa along with Oguri Cap and Nice Nature. Nice Nature also gets corner depth, and Oguri Cap does get Professor Curvature, corner acceleration, and tail held high. We are firing off on all cylinders here, and Oguri Cap is already in 3rd place. But the enemy Silent Suzuka is holding strong. 1,600 meters are left in this course, with Oguri Cap in 3rd, Okanda Pasa in 5th, and Nice Nature in 8th place. But as you can see at the top of your screen, the lead is starting to shrink for that top 3 placement. We are entering the halfway point of this race. Oguri Cap still firing off on all cylinders. Pace with tracer straightaways for Okanda Pasa is activated, but enemy gold ship does have anchors away. That will come as a factor later on as we get to the end of this race. That enemy gold ship is catching up fast, and Oguri Cap is trying to slowly catch up to the front. Mystifying Murmur does affect the enemy for pace chasing. Ramp up for Okanda Pasa to help give some more speed. Hesitant late surge is activating as well. Okanda Pasa going with the flow. We enter the last 600 meters, and Oguri Cap is trying to catch up, but the other runners are just so fast. Okanda Pasa is speeding up, though. Hesitant front runners does activate along with Sharp Gaze. Can Okanda Pasa catch up? Agnes Tachyon flying out ahead in this lead, and Okanda Pasa is doing her best. Oguri Cap activating Triumph Impulse, but I don't think it's going to be enough here for this race, folks. It looks like Okanda Pasa might be able to hold on to top 3. We shall see. Agnes Tachyon crosses the line first, and I think Okanda Pasa actually gets 2nd, which, again, I will take. But unfortunately, Oguri Cap just doesn't have the speed to catch up, unfortunately. 2nd does go to Okanda Pasa, though, and so that we stay on the podium. We are still on the podium. We lose the race, but we're still on the podium, and that's something. All right, 1 for 2 or 1 for 3. Cool. All right. 1-2. Again, I wanted to win a race, so I'm happy that we won something at the very least. Also occurs to me that we have 5 entries per day, so we're actually running, or it's 4 entries per day, so we're actually running like running 20 races today. And I might be able to switch my team up per entry, I think. It did say per entry, so we should be okay. All right, so Oguri Cap in a normal mood. Okanda Pasa's feeling bad, but Nice Nature's feeling good. So the roles are a little bit reversed here for this fourth race, and we shall see how that factors in overall. Honestly, the moods are gonna be a big factor, a surprisingly big factor, honestly. So we shall see how it goes down, but we now enter the first round, the fourth race of the first round for this Taurus Cup. With beautiful blue skies here at the Tokyo Race Course, our team is getting ready to go into the starting gates. Currently the number 1, number 2 favorite on different teams, which is nice, and we are actually the number 3 favorite, so every team has a favorite here in this race, which is actually really surprising. Love that variation. But we shall see if our Oguri Cap can overcome the odds for this race. The gates are open. The race has started. Standard distance acting for El Condor Paso. You love to see that happen when everyone has a clean start, which also does put us in a pretty confident position. Shrewd Step also activating for El Condor Paso, allows her to stay up in 3rd place currently. Prudent positioning coming out for El Oguri Cap allows her to get some early maneuverability as well, but you can see the enemy popping a bunch of skills. Ramp up, swinging maestro for ramp up for El Condor Paso, El Condor Paso, and swinging maestro for all 3 members of our team coming in to help refill the tank. Gourmand also activating for Oguri Cap to give her some extra stamina, still holding strong in 4th with El Condor Paso in 3rd. We are slowly running up through this race, entering the halfway point. 1,400 meters left in the race itself. El Condor Paso with the pace chaser straightaways, trying to get a little bit more speed, slowly eking up into, trying to get into that 2nd place spot, but it doesn't seem like it's happening. It doesn't seem like it's going well for her. Rushing Gale and tail held high for Oguri Cap does also give her that extra speed, allowing her to pass El Condor Paso, and hopefully she might have better luck in help in entering into the top 2. We actually see 1st and 2nd place fighting it out for the most part. Mystifying Murmur from Nice Nature debuffing everyone in front, which you love to see. We are entering the final stretch here. 600 meters left. You see Oguri Cap, enemy Oguri Cap coming out. Go with the flow from El Condor. Hesitant pace, plate surges, and sharp gaze from Nice Nature. Straight away at depth for Oguri Cap. And you see we're coming down to the stretch, home stretch. Simply Rudolph and Oguri Cap coming up behind. Can Oguri Cap pass to take the lead? Triumphant Pulse activating to break out of this pack for the last 200 meters. Is it going to be enough? Home stretch chase from El Condor Paso. Oguri Cap currently in front, but Simply Rudolph sneaking in. Simply Rudolph takes over, and Oguri Cap takes 2nd, unfortunately. Very close race, but Oguri Cap does end up still on the podium, and that is something that I can write home about and be happy with. Oh, so upsetting. All right, we take both 2nd and 3rd. That's actually not that bad. I'm happy about that. We take 2nd and 3rd. That's a pretty good improvement. All right, last race. Let's go. All right, so looking at the lineup here, our Oguri Cap is normal, El Condor Paso is good, and so is Nice Nature. So that might be the best I think we have in our lineup for moods. As far as moods go, we're just gonna skip to the race at this point. It's the 5th race, just keep going. All right, the gates are open, the race is on. Standard distance for El Condor Paso, and Lone Wolf activating for Oguri Cap does give her a pretty good leg up already in this race. Shrewd Step activating for El Condor, and she jumps ahead in 1st. Surprisingly, no front runners in this race actually. Straight away adept and a corner acceleration for Oguri along with prudent positioning. El Condor Paso also gets something, but I missed it. A Nice Nature getting swinging maestro and corner adept as well. Professor Curvature activating for Oguri Cap does actually put us in a pretty good position for the most part. El Condor Paso currently actually in 1st place with Oguri Cap following in 2nd. our pace chasers are the ones setting the pace, which is very exciting. Nice Nature currently in 8th place, but that is where she needs to be. 1,400 meters left in this track. We are hitting the halfway portion, and Alcondra Pasa is starting to slow down a little bit with Oguri Cap catching up ever so slightly, but they both still hang on to the number 1 and number 2 spots. Can we hold on to that position, though, as we near the last 1,000 meters of this track? We're about to enter the final corner. Nice Nature actually currently in 5th place, 4th actually. The pack is starting to condense, and the pace systems are starting to shift quickly. As the pace station comes out for Alcondra Pasa, will it be enough to subdue the rest of the pack? Go with the flow, activating. We enter the last stretch. Corner acceleration and prepare to pass. Activate for Alcondra Pasa. Victoria Porplancha activates for Alcondra Pasa. She's shooting for first. She's coming down the stretch. Oguri Cap still in 2nd. There's no one else that seems to be able to catch up. Alcondra Pasa and Oguri Cap seem to be taking the 1st and 2nd slot. 200 meters left, and Oguri Cap pops the triumphant pulse. Will it be enough to hold fast in this 1st and 2nd place slot? Nice Nature also acting her own triumphant pulse, and it looks like Alcondra Pasa and Oguri Cap take 1st and 2nd in the last race for this session, and I will take that win. Good stuff, good stuff. All right, we went 2 and 3. It's not great, but we did win 2, and I'm happy about that. I'm proud about that. Take 1st and 2nd. Honestly, not bad. Not bad. I'll take that. Put a thank you there. Whew. Nice. So, with 2 wins, that gives us a goddess statue, 20 carats, 4,000 money, and 2,000 support points. Fine with that. I'm okay with this. All right. Whew. All right. So we get 3 more entries, huh? All right. This entry would cost 30 carats. Oh, but we get 2. All right. We get 2 free tickets for entering the cup. So yeah. All right. Cool. Cool. All right. Okay. So per entry, I can change my lineup. All right. That is actually huge. Let's go with Air Groove instead. And I think this Air Groove is a late surger, I think. Yeah. Okay. So let's go late surge. I'm actually gonna change something in my settings real quick. Skill animation is gonna be once a day. Okay. Okay. Let's flip this. Okay. All right. So let's try this out. All right. Start it up. Let's go. Rather than having the debuffs from Nice Nature, we're gonna put Air Groove in just to have another contender. So we have 2 pace chasers and we have 1 late surger. Let's see how that will factor in. All right. So starting this race off pretty strong, actually. Air Groove in a great mood as our late surger and as the number 1 favorite, with Oguri Cap as the number 2, with the pace chaser in a good mood. And actually, we take all 3 the top 3 favorite slots, even with Alcondor being in a bad mood. That's actually really exciting. That does fill me with a pretty good amount of excitement and hype. Let's see if we can translate that to the race itself. The gates are open. The race is starting. Air Groove getting the left-hand perk, and Alcondor getting the standard distance along with the pace chaser straightaway activating early on. feels pretty good. It's a good start to this early race. 2,200 meters left, and already we have our rankings being Oguri Cap in first with L being in second. Russian Gale activating for Air Groove, who sits in the back at 6th place. Professor Curvature for Oguri, along with the corner acceleration, and the Swinging Maestro for L, and Oguri Cap to refill the stamina in the tank, with Oguri Cap feasting on the Gourmand as well. Hopefully that will give us a little bit more power to hold true to this race. Oguri Cap currently still in first place, actually, as we near the halfway point of this race, with Alcandra Pasa in a solid 4th, and Air Groove coming up to 6th. Ramp up activating for Alcandra Pasa to keep her in 3rd place now, and still in the top 3 of a solid showing. 1,200 meters left, but enemy Gold Ship does activate and goes away to start her spurt for this final race. Will it be enough to catch up, or will Oguri Cap be able to stand strong? We have 1,000 meters left, and Oguri Cap is still holding on to the lead by a commanding distance. Air Groove coming up in 3rd, actually, as a late surger, about starting out and actually coming into 2nd place, with Alcandra Pasa currently in 4th, but the pack is coming in real fast. It's 600 meters left. Go with the flow from Alcandor is happening. Will it be enough to hold fast? Victoria Porplancha for Alcandra Pasa does activate. Will she be able to pass the pack and be able to pull out into first? Hidden Pace Chasers on the double whammy for our runners here, and will it be enough for Alcandra Pasa and Oguri Cap to activate both their unique skills? Triumphant Pulse for Oguri Cap. Can she hold on to first place, or will it go to Alcandra Pasa? Who's to say, but both are going to be standing on the podium here. Will it be enough? Oguri Cap still holding strong, but Iona Top Gun coming in at the last second. It is a photo finish. I don't even know what it is. Oh, and my auto Top Gun takes it by a head right at the end. But Oguri Cap and Okondor take first, 2nd, and 3rd. Oh, that's heartbreaking. Damn. Fuck, man. And Air Group takes ninth, which is unfortunate. Okay. Next race. All right. So, Oguri Cap as the number 4, Alcandor as the number 8. Air Groove still as the number 1 favorite, despite being a late surger. Hopefully, let's see if that will come in as a factor for this race. Because I'm pretty sure last race, Air Groove was also the number 1 favorite, and that did not go well for us. All right. Gates are open, the race is on. Alcandra Pasa does get a late start, but the standard distance does activate. Air Groove also getting the left hand, hopefully to give her a little bit extra boost. Root Step does activate for Alcandra Pasa as well, and Oguri Cap does get straightaway adept. Currently our positions are fluctuating a little bit, with Alcandra Pasa as 2nd, Oguri Cap in 3rd, and Air Groove in 8th. And we have Professor of Curvature activating for Air Groove, and Alcandor with Swinging Maestro for Air Groove, and Oguri Cap as well, and Oguri Cap getting an additional corner acceleration 2 in this first corner. Oguri Cap holding on into 2nd place with the tail held high, and the Gourmand activating, giving her some extra gas in the tank, and hopefully trying to catch up to 1st place as we enter the halfway point. Air Groove dropping down into 9th, but that is pretty okay. For the most part, she is going into 8th now, but she is a late surger, so that is nothing to worry about just yet. Alcandra Pasa currently in 4th place, 1,200 meters left, and Oguri Cap drops down to 3rd, but the Russian Gale does offer a little bit of extra speed to try and catch up and enter into the top 2 as we near the final corner and enter into our home stretch. Will it be enough? Alcandra Pasa running out of steam, as well as Oguri Oguri Cap dropping down into 4th and 5th. Air Groove activating the Empress's Pride. Will it be enough? Alcondor Kawasa is ready to pass, is preparing to pass and trying to go with the flow, but will it be enough to break out of this pack? Hesitant Pace Chasers for Air Groove and Nemesis activating for Oguri Cap. Victoria Porplancha for El Condorpasa along with the Hesitant Pace Chasers as well. Puts her in 2nd. Pace Chaser straightaways does activate 2. Winning ticket coming out from the outside, but El Condorpasa trying to catch up, but it doesn't seem like it's enough. Oguri Cap activating triumphant pulse, but I don't think it's going to be enough here to catch up to the front of this race. Late surges straightaways and rushing gale for Air Groove as well, but it's just not enough. Oh, and I think our team for the first time does not stand on the podium. Third is Tuka, yep. Oguri Cap winning ticket, Tokai Tedo not on our team. Ouch. 4th, 5th, and 8th. Ouch. So far, we are doing worse. So I think having Nice Nature, having all those debuffers, I think is kind of huge, honestly. All right. Ooh. Air Groove and El Condor have a bad mood, but Oguri Cap's in great, so that's good, but not the best start currently. Alright, so left hand standard distance lone wolf for Oguri, Air Groove, L, and Oguri to start off. Pace Chaser and Strude step for L, coming out strong early on in this race, putting El Condorpasa in a solid 2nd as we start things out. As we start entering the mid-race, Swinging Maestro, Professor of Curvature, activating for our runners, for all of our runners, Swinging Maestro, Quarter Acceleration for Oguri, but she is currently in 6th right now, which is not the greatest place that you want to be. Even Air Groove is currently in last as well. 1,600 meters left in this race, and El Condorpasa is a little bit rushed here, but she is ramping up. Hopefully that won't be a huge problem, because we might run out of gas early on in this race. We're only halfway through here, but El Condorpasa is trying to fight for first. 1,200 meters left, tail held high and straightaway adept for Oguri Cap coming in strong, eking up into 5th currently, but will it be enough for things to happen? 1,000 meters left. Air Groove still in the back of the pack. He just can't seem to keep up with everyone else, and Oguri Cap does fall back down to 6th, but Nemesis activating. Hesitant Pace Chasers does come out as well. El Condorpasa in the last 600 meters is holding strong, but the other teams are starting to come in. El Condorpasa being prepared to pass. Victoria Porplancha also coming in and making the Pace Chasers hesitate, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Gold Ship coming in, passing El Condorpasa, and El Condorpasa is probably going to get a solid 3rd in this race from what it looks like. Man. Fuck me. Jesus. We get 3rd. Ooh, 7th and 9th. Ouch. Yeah, this is not going well for us on this one. This round is not going well for us. This is going pretty poorly. All right, we'll just skip ahead to the actual race itself, honestly. Okay, so we are the number 2 favorite, is our highest, so that's good. Alright, the race is on. Standard distance for L, left hand for air group, and pace chaser straightaways for L, along with the shrewd step. Does put El Condorpasa in second at the 2200 meter marker. Straightaway depth for Oguri places her in fourth place, with air group currently sitting in eighth. Swinging Maestro and Professor Curvature for Oguri Cap, and air group activating for our team feels really good. Swinging Maestro for everybody on the team allows us to refill on this in the tank. And El Condorpasa and Oguri Cap currently still reside in second and fourth, which is a pretty decent place to be overall. Ormond activating for Oguri Cap, trying to counteract any of the debuffs that other teams are trying to put out as we cross the 1400 meter mark and enter into the second half of this race. We do have a couple nice natures who are trying to debuff us, which does make things real difficult and a little scary for the most part, but Russian Gale activating for Oguri Cap, and El Condorpasa currently still in second place and slowly catching up to the lead as we enter the last corner and the home stretch. 800 meters left, and you can see the pack itself has condensed to everyone together, and the spurts are starting. Hesitant pace chases from Air Group comes out and prepared to pass from El Condorpasa and Professor Curvature from Oguri Cap. Victoria Porpanza from El Condorpasa activating as well, but will it be enough to catch up? The lead is so far ahead, and we only have 400 meters left in this race. Home stretch haste activating. Is it going to be enough to actually be able to catch up? It doesn't look like it, and I think El Condorpasa is going to be taking second place for this race once as well. Bit of an unfortunate turnout, but Oguri Cap trying to put in the triumphant pulse, sees we can take for second and third. And it doesn't seem like it. So we take home second for the most part. Man, losing out from a whole 7 lengths. Holy. God dang. Second, fourth, and sixth. Well, is what it is. Oh. All right. Go again. We are doing significantly worse in in this attempt, or in this entry. Alright, the gates are open, the race is on. We have our green skills activating for everybody, and Air Group also getting a Russian Gale out of the gate as well. Oguri Cap is a little rushed, so that's not the greatest thing you want to see, but prudent positioning does activate to hopefully compensate that for a little bit. Swinging Maestro and Professor Curvature activating along with another Swinging Maestro from Air Group is nice to have, but we shall see how much that will affect our performance as El Condorpasa also gets rushed as she tries to ramp up, but our endurance is starting to be reduced again as well. 1600 meters left in this race. Will El Condorpasa and Oguri Cap have enough gas in the tank to be able to hold on? This Fighting Murmur from the enemy team does drop our stamina even further, which isn't great to have happen. 1200 meters left in this race. We are getting close to our final home stretch with El Condorpasa in 5th, Oguri Cap in 4th, and Air Groove in 7th place. The top end of the pack is starting to condense with 800 meters left. Hopefully we'll see Oguri Cap sneaking into 2nd, but everyone else is starting to drop down behind. Oguri Cap also drops down into 5th. El Condorpasa tries to get into 5th. Empress Pride activating on Air Group, but will it be enough? Hesitant Pace Chasers and Straightaway Adept also activating to try and eke out as much of a lead as we possibly can. But it doesn't look like we're going to be making it to this podium today, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like This is going to be all she wrote, and this attempt is going to be a wash. Oguri Cap activating Triumphant Pulse to try and do anything and everything that she possibly can, but it doesn't look like we're going to be making it any farther here, and unfortunately, this is where the ride ends for this entry. In a very disappointing finish, not even being able to make it to the podium. I don't even think they made it to top 5, and that is heartbreaking. Okay, we did make it to top 5, made it to 5th, but ooh, man, that is rough. Cool. That is rough. That is very rough. All right. Go again. All right. So what we're gonna do here is sub out Air Groove again for Nice Nature. I kind of want to sub this Oguri Cap for this one. Yeah. And it's just because we get a medium in S. We get an S in medium. And our stats are a little bit more rounded in comparison. Like, yes, we have more power for this Oguri Cap. But we have a C, a D, and a C. Versus the other one, we have 2 Bs, a C, and a D. And that, I think that might balance out a little bit better. Just a little bit. Yeah. So let's try that. Is this Oguri Cap? Yeah, okay. Now the scary thing is that we only have Gourmand for our stamina recovery versus the other one I think had Swinging Maestro and Gourmand. Yeah. That's 12 skills versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11. Down a skill. But yeah, let's try this out. It's nice that we can like change the loadout, our team loadout each entry. That's nice. All right. Okay, normal, great, normal. That's actually comforting. Nobody's in a bad mood at the bare minimum. And there's no front runner in this race actually, so that actually might help us out overall. We'll see. All right, entry number 3. Standard distance activating for El Condor Pasa out the gate. Shrewd step for Oguri Cap does put us in first and second for the start of this race, which is pretty fun to be in. So we shall see how long that will last. Swinging Maestro and Corner Adept activating, along with another Swinging Maestro and another Corner Adept and Corner Acceleration activating. So hopefully we can hold on to this lead for as much as we possibly can. Oguri Cap currently in first as our pseudo front runner as we pass the 1800 meter mark, which is a little exciting, with El Condor Pasa also in second, chasing right behind. Currently, first and second is occupied by us, with Nice Nature actually sneaking up into 4th place as we enter the 1400 meter mark and halfway through the race itself. Holding strong for the most part in this team. Pace chaser straightaways for L does give us a little bit more speed, but the enemies is starting to creep up as we get closer to the end of this race. We are entering the last 1,000 meters. Oguri Cap activates Gourmand to put more gas in the tank, but will it be enough to hold strong? Nice Nature keeping up into the top 3, and our team is currently occupying the first 3 slots of this race. Will it be enough to hold strong? Can we just overtake the podium? The spurts come out, prepared to pass, activating, and it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like we have enough gas in the tank or the speed. Everything is starting to activate now. This is where the race really happens. Oguri Cap drops down to 8th. Nice Nature down to 5th. And El Condor Pasa is trying to stay in 2nd. But it looks like it's not enough. She looks like she's running out of steam. And everything comes crashing down in this late race. And it all comes down. And it's all over. And El Condor Pasa comes out in 5th. Oh man, everything late race just hit us like a sack of bricks. Damn. Everything just came crashing down. We were doing so well in the early and mid race, and then just all the other skills just procced at the end, which is just insane. That was fucking crazy, actually. I watched so many skills just like activate. And it was just like, what in the world just happened? That was wild to watch, actually. Yeah, that's just crazy. All right. So we got a great, normal, and Nice Nature's in a bad mood. Oh man. That really was just like so crazy to have everything just like just dropped off the face of the earth at the end, which was so upsetting. All right, the race is on. Shrewd Step coming in for El Condor Pasa early on in this race, putting her in 4th and Oguri in 5th. Not great positions, but we are currently in the top 5, and it is still early on. Corner depth and acceleration coming for Oguri Cap to give her some more speed, but will it be enough to accelerate into the higher end of the standings? Swinging Maestro and Corner depth for Nice Nature as well, but as a late surger, that doesn't really amount to much overall for the general strategy. Ramp up adding in for Oguri Cap does put her in 3rd as we enter into the halfway part of this race with 1,400 meters left in this track. But is it going to be enough to try and get ahead to first? Pace Chaser straightaways activating for El Condor Pasa as well, and ramp up in the 1,200 meter mark. Does try to give her a little bit more speed, but she still is in 4th place in a solid point. 1,000 meters left. Gourmand activates for Oguri Cap as we enter into the home stretch, though, but this is where the real race starts. This is where the spurts happen as we round this final corner and enter into the home stretch. Everyone is kicking it into gear. Oguri Cap launches into 2nd. El Condor actually launches and flies into 1st. Victoria Port Plancha activating for El Condor Pasa. Will it be enough to hold strong? But on the outside, another racer, Narita Taishin, coming out, and El Condor Pasa can't seem to keep up. It doesn't seem like it's going to be enough. Home stretch haste activating for Oguri and L. A Triumphant Pulse activating for Oguri Cap, but it doesn't look like we can do it. Everyone else just seems to have so much more power and speed as we get to the end of this race, and it's just not enough to keep up, and El Condor Pasa solidifies herself on 3rd. Man! Man, this is rough. It feels like, man, it feels like so they were at end closer, I guess? Yeah, I guess they were at end closer. This Tokai, I think, was a pace chaser, honestly. Yeah, pace chasing. Man, I just don't know. I don't know what to do, truly. It just feels like we go against like these end closers, and the yeah, these end closers are they're just beating us out, like, just hardcore. even with like, man, 1188, 931, 606. Man, that's like crazy. Like I'm just, yeah, I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know what we can do, honestly. I don't have like any sort of solution here. Other than it's just like, I think it just comes down, it's gonna really come down to like moods. I think is gonna be a big one. And I don't know. I just feel like we plateaued here, unfortunately. Alright, the gates are open, the race is on. Standard distance activating for El Condor Pasa along with the Shrewd Step, but currently puts her into first place, and is our pseudo frontrunner because I don't think anyone else is taking that initiative, but that could hinder us honestly for the most part as we get to the end of the race. Corner acceleration activating for Oguri Cap, which hopefully will help out a little bit. Swinging Maestro, corner adept for Nice Nature, along with another corner adept for Oguri Cap, does keep Oguri in fourth place now, dropping down just a little bit, and Nice Nature currently in the back of the pack in 7th. El Condor Pasa holding on to first place, but that might end up being our downfall as we get to the halfway part of this race. Condor Pasa may not have enough gas in the tank as we get to the end here, especially when everyone else starts entering their final spurt. Gormon activating for Oguri Cap does refill the gas, but it may not be enough, honestly, as we enter into the home stretch, as we've already seen from previous races. Oguri Cap dropping down to 5th place at the one as we cross the 1,000 meter mark. Mystifying Murmur does activate for Nice Nature and ramp up for Oguri, puts her back up into 4th with El Condor Pasa still holding strong in first, prepared to pass for Oguri and El Condor activating, but the other runners are starting to catch up. Hesitant Pace Chasers activating for Oguri Cap, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be enough. We enter into our final spurt, and everyone else just is launching ahead of us, and I just don't fucking get it. I just don't understand. We're so strong in the early and mid race, but when it comes to the end, we just can't seem to hold on. And for this race, Oguri Cap coming in a solid 3rd place yet again. Actually, might be 4th. Yeah, it's 4th. Fucking A. Man, I just don't get it, dude. I do not understand. Yeah. Swinging corner connoisseur. As a pace chaser, like, we can win, like, we're fine early on, but like, man, it's just the late, once we get to the late, right? Like, once we get to the end, we just can't keep up. We just can't keep up. That's crazy. That's so insane. We just can't keep up. And I think it's coming down to like, I don't even know, honestly. I don't even know what it's coming down to. Cause like, this Oguri Cap, all right, 1200 speed, an SS plus A plus B plus C and C. Okay, like I get that. This Tokaichado though, like SS plus A, B, C, C. I think, yeah, I guess it's like our guts just isn't high enough, and we like something else needs to be brought up to A, I guess, to have like a fighting chance. Dude, what happened to Oguri Cap? Oguri Cap came in last, man. That's rough. Just like, it's so wild. Yeah, I guess it's just, we just can't, we're just not getting there. We're really just not getting there. That's so crazy. Well, I'll have to try and run some more careers before tomorrow and try to, I guess I need SS for one stat, an A in another, and then a B, and then everything else should be at least C, I think that's what it seems like for so far. So I'll run some more careers and we'll see what happens. Man, we had such a solid showing early in our first attempt, but all these other attempts so far have been really not that great, honestly. They've been pretty not great. All right. So currently El Condor Pasa and Oguri Cap in second and third place respectively. Nice Nature holding down the fort in ninth as we get closer to the halfway point. 1,400 meters left in this race itself. Will it be enough to hold on? Currently, El Condor Pasa and Oguri are actually starting to catch up just a little bit. Gourmand activating for Oguri Cap, and they slowly encroach upon first place. 1,000 meters is left, and the pack is starting to condense. Will Oguri and El Condor be able to break away and enter into the front? But it looks like currently, actually, the leader is starting to break away. El Condor Pasa is trying to catch up. Victoria Porplancha activates, giving her an extra boost of speed. Will it be enough to catch up? 400 meters left, and she is closing in fast, and it looks like she might be able to pass. Can she do it? Can El Condor Pasa be able to cross over? She does. She's looking good. She overtakes the leader, El Condor Pasa, in first place, and we are able to get a win for this attempt. It's not gonna be an absolute shutout. El Condor Pasa actually pulling out a win. God damn. Lordy. Dude, Oguri Cap, I don't know what's happening. Alright, that's a win. Not a complete shutout at the very least, so that's good. Alright, no front runner again, which not great, honestly. I think not having a front runner really screws us over, because then we become the front runner and then we just burn out. Alright, the gates are open, the race is on. El Condor Pasa and Nice Nature both get a late start, which is not a good way to come out of the gates for this race. Oguri Cap does solidify into fourth place, and El Condor Pasa actually does end up coming back up into third, which is a pretty good recovery overall. Nice Nature is a little bit of rush in for fifth place, but that's not the worst thing that have happened. Oguri Cap also does start to rush. That is problematic, but she does hold her fourth place positioning for the most parts. 1,600 meters left in this race, and we are closing in on the halfway part of it all. Gourmand activating earlier than usual for Oguri Cap. Hopefully that will give her the extra stamina that she needs, but she may burn out just as quickly as we enter the home stretch for the final spurt. 1,200 meters left, and El Condor Pasa in a solid third, but the pack is starting to catch up to her. It looks like we are all running out of steam here for the most part. We will see as the final spurts happen. 800 meters left, but our team currently in the back half, 5th, 8th, and 6th. El Condor Pasa trying to catch up, currently in 4th, but it's a long way to catch to the top 3. but she's going to try anyways. 400 meters left. Home stretch ace, haste activating, but it just doesn't seem like it is going to be enough for this race, and it looks like we are going to be finishing in the bottom half of it all. Boy, howdy. Damn. Fucking A. 4th, 8th, and 9th. Jesus. It's just not enough. Just not enough. Well, we won a race, so that's cool. But man, that's oof. Big oof. Jesus. Alright. Alright. So let's switch back up to here. I'm wondering if having Falco here as a front runner would actually be a good thing for us. And I don't know. I mean, it's the last one. We could try it. I do want to see between Oguricap and Okondor, which one is better? Let's see here. All right. I think Okondor has been the most consistent, I think. But okay. Pace Chaser. Yeah, so 3rd, 2nd, 5th, 5th. Okay. Yeah, this Oguricap has not won anything. Top 2, 30, top. Okay. Granted, this is a smaller sample size, but like, yeah. But let's see here. So between these two, though. So it looks like... Oh, wow. Wait, what? No way. They're tied? No fucking way. What? They're literally tied. Like, actually. Like, actually, they tied. Time to finish 118.8000. Time to finish 118.8000. No way that they tie. What? But it looks like Oguricap is faster by like a little bit. That's insane. The fact that they actually tie is crazy. Like, their time to finish is literally the same. El Condorpasa's 0.07 slower. Okay. That's insane. I'm shocked by that, actually. I'm genuinely shocked by that. Okay. But yeah, fuck it. Let's throw caution to the wind. I'm not fucking winning. Like, let's throw caution to the wind. let's put Smart Falcon in as a front runner. She is. So these are our top 2 highest grading, like highest grade racers. Falco does have a C in turf, so it's not going to be great, but that's like the bare minimum to have it be worth anything. So let's see what happens, but I'm going to be right back and then we'll run it. Okay, let's do this. And let's see what happens. Okay. Crazy. This is gonna be just, it's the last entry for the day. Fuck it. Like, just fuck it. Truly. We already had one run where it was just complete crash, like we just crash and burn. So at this point, I'm like, I'll do whatever. I'll do whatever. I don't care. All right. Let's do it. Front runner Savvy, Focus, and the Lone Wolf coming out with Nice Nature coming in with a late start, unfortunate. Prudent positioning for Oguri Cap, and the early lead for Smart Falcon does hold well for the most part. Rushing Gale coming in for Oguri Cap, and Professor Curvature for Falco, and Swinging Maestro as well does put us in second place for the most part, but Oguri Cap is rushing and is currently in sixth place. Swinging Maestro, Professor Curvature, and Tail held high. But Oguri Cap does help compensate for things, but we are still in the middle of the pack for the most part, and that is problematic. 1,600 meters left in this race, and Falco holding strong in second place, which I am actually delightfully surprised by as we enter the 1,400 meter mark and halfway through the race itself. Will it be enough to be able to catch up and potentially overtake as we get to the end of the race? Who knows? We shall see. 1,200 meters left, and Oguri Cap still holding into 6th place. It is currently in the middle of the pack for the most part, and it's going to be a pretty difficult time in trying to get back up past everyone else. Smart Falcon currently still in 2nd, but is starting to drop down as we hit the 800-meter mark. Nemesis activating for Oguri Cap, and we are hitting the final spurt here for the most part, but you can see Oguri Cap trying to drop back down and is just out of gas from what it looks like, and currently dropped all the way down to 9th place with Smart Falcon in 5th and Nice Nature in 6th. It looks like this race is not going to go well for us, and we are going to be placing basically in the bottom 3, unfortunately. Oof. Oof. The Smart Falcon ending up in last. That's not terribly surprising. Oof. Okay. Next. I might just skip through these, honestly. I might just skip through these. We'll probably watch like the first 2 or 3, but like after that, I just don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worthwhile watching. Because this is disastrous. This is just disastrous. Alright, Smart Falcon with the focus on the front runner Savvy coming in, coming out of the gates pretty strong, and ends up in the front, surprisingly enough. Straightaway recovery activating for her as she continues to stretch her lead out for the most part. Prudent positioning coming in for Oguri Cap, swinging Maestro for, and corner adept for Nice Nature activating, putting Oguri Cap in 3rd and Nice Nature in 8th for the most part. Professor Curvature and swinging Maestro for Smart Falcon, swinging Maestro for Oguri Cap as well, does put Oguri Cap in competition for 2nd place with Smart Falcon holding strong in the lead. Oguri Cap is rushing a little bit, but she is in 2nd place now. Tail held high and fast pace for Smart Falcon does put her solidly in 1st place still with a pretty decent lead as we enter the halfway portion of this race, but she is starting to slow down a little bit, and you can see Oguri Cap is catching up to her. Gourmand activating to help refill the stamina. Smart Falcon activating her unique skill, which is, I don't actually know what it's called. It is Sparkly Stardom at level 4. Will that be enough to help her hold on to the lead? If Oguri Cap can hold on to 2nd, that will be great as well. Smart Falcon actually starting to pull ahead from the lead 1st place, but it is fluctuating, and it will come down to the end of this as we get to the end in the last 600 meters. 800 meters left. We are entering the final corner and into the home stretch. And we have the hesitant late surger coming in from Nice Nature, but that might be too little too late. 600 meters left. Oguri Cap still fighting for her life, trying to catch up. Hesitant front runners and the corner adept Sharp Gaze also coming in, but again, it might just be too little too late as our team just gets swallowed up from this pack, and it'll be a miracle if Oguri Cap can even finish in the top 5. Triumphant Pulse activating, but will it be enough to do anything here? I don't think so. Oguri Cap trying to push as much as he possibly can. Smart Falcon with the straightaway adept, but we just run out of steam all the way at the end of it. That just seems our problem, is that we just seem to run out of steam at the end of everything. We don't even place in the top 5. Man. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. We can't do it. We just can't do it. Alright, I think these next few races, I think we'll probably just skip through these. We don't need to watch this disaster. Just, yeah, 4th, 5th, 7th. Ooh. I mean, it's better. We made it to the top 5 at the very least, so that's good, but man. This is brutal to watch. I like knew it would probably be bad. I didn't think it'd be this bad, you know? I thought we'd at least win 1-2 races each time. Be like, okay, yeah, that's fine. I won some. I can go home proud. Man, to have it be basically like 2 whole entries as a complete shutout, that's honestly kind of feels bad. That does suck. 4, 7, 8 again. Yeah, we're consistently we just aren't getting there. We're just consistently not getting there. Honestly, that just makes it feel worse. The fact that we're not winning because of we're not even entering top 3. Like, we were into top 3, I'd be like, okay, you know, it's close. But the fact that we're not entering top 3 either, it just makes it feel like it just feels as if really our first entry we just got so lucky. Like, I feel like our first entry we got so unbelievably lucky. The fact that we won 2. Oh shit! All right, Oguri Cap actually won another race. Holy shit! Fuck. All right, we not a complete shutout at the very least, so that's something, I guess. That's something. Not a complete shutout. That's crazy, but man. Yeah, our next group is B, right? I think it's, yeah. I think it's, if I remember correctly, the event in, it's divided into, if I remember correctly, it's divided into Group A and Group B. And we get Group B, so it's like, okay, cool. Yeah, 3-win finish required to advance to Group A. Yeah, we just didn't get, and we didn't get there. The best we got was 2. That was the best we got, so. All right, you know, that's cool. That's something. God damn, that's so rough, man. That's so rough. I knew it would be bad. I didn't think it would be this bad. At least it wasn't like completely a shutout. Like, we did, like, obviously we had 2, I think we had 2 entries. We got 1 entry that got, yeah, we had 4 entries. 2 of them, we got 1 win. 1 of them, we got 2. And then the last one was just a complete shutout. So, you know, it's something. We got something. But okay. All right. I will be right back again real quick to set up for Psychonauts. And then we will finish Psychonauts tonight.